Hey, ladies, what's going on? Welcome to today's broadcast of making more sales in the month of May. Ooh, like that little charm. I didn't realize I was going to be shaking sales up today, but I'm super excited to be here with you today. And the light just got a little bright right before I'm going live. My husband's deciding to take the screen off and replace it. And now it's even brighter. So I'm like, whoa, okay. So welcome to this broadcast. I am super excited to talk about sales. And here is one of the things that most people they want, but they're too scared to talk about it. They're too scared to think about it. But we all want more sales in our business. That's why we have a business, is to make more money, right? Hey, Mary Kate, nice to see you here. So, there is a lot of ways to create more sales in the month of May. But before I get into it, I really want to ask you some questions on what exactly do you think sales is? Okay, so for one moment, being the CEO of your business, right? Being the CEO of your life is where all this comes from first. So I want you to think about this. Clear everything out of your mind about anything, like have a clear mind right now. And when I say something, I want you to come, what's the first word that comes up for you? Okay. Don't worry what other people think. It's like, seriously, this is your business. This is how you feel. And so what is the first word that comes to you? Okay. Any word is fine. When I think of the word sales, what's the first that comes to your mind? What is the first thing that comes to your mind? Drop it down. Get your fingers working. Drop it down. If you're catching me on the replay, make sure to drop it down, okay? And while you're doing that, let me introduce myself. My name is Becky LaFave. Just in case you don't know, I am a social media marketing strategist and a branding coach, and I welcome you into She's in Charge of Business. I'm so excited that you're here. And the reason why you're here is to learn all the things, how to brand yourself, how to bring, your social media up to speed that people want to buy from you, right? Mary Kate said relationships. Yes, relationships is all about sales and so much more, so much more. So a lot of times the first word that will come up for a lot of people, because we hear this all the time, is spammy. It feels scammy. It feels sleazy. Well, frankly, because we all been a victim to it, right? And possibly if you feel that way, you probably have done that too. And not on purpose, just it's a learning curve, right? We're all learning. We were born salespeople. Literally, we were born salespeople. I mean, I want you to think about this. Ladies, do you have children? If you have children, drop a 1 below. If you have children, drop a 1 below. Mom, yeah, what, mom, can I go to Tommy's house? Can Tommy come over to my house? Okay. That was a sale, right? That was a sale. So when you think about when we were young, we've always been in sales. We're always selling. If you're married, you sold yourself, honey. You sold what you got cooking up in here, okay? You sold yourself. So we're always selling. So I know a lot of people stay away from this because they feel like, oh, this is too hard. This might be, sales. I want you to look at it differently. Sales is a spiritual gift. It is a spiritual exchange. It's energy. We buy off of energy, right? We buy off of somebody else's results. We buy off of value. We buy off relationships. We buy all of those things. And so you're serving somebody else. When somebody buys my coaching program, I am ultimately serving them, right? At their highest. I'm serving at my highest to get and help them get the result that they're looking for, right? I am selling a service. I am being of service when I offer you my program. Or, if I'm offering products or whatever it is, if you have products, whatever it is that you're selling, you're offering a service to a solution, right? Because when you think about it, where do sales come from? Where do you think sales come from? They come from people, right? People, not the money doesn't come from trees. Money does grow on trees, but money doesn't come from that. Money comes from people, exchange of people. And so when we're doing this exchange, it's because we've done a lot of things to get that exchange. Okay. So I just want to clear up that you have to first be the CEO of the vision of what you're selling, right? What is it that you're selling? What is it that you offer? What is the solution that you have to serve somebody else? And I don't care what you sell, it's all the same. Okay. So keep that in mind as I'm sharing with you some of the ways that you can actually serve, right? Build this trust, build the relationships, like Mary Kate said, build this relationship on social media. As I was sitting last night and having a talk with my girlfriend, and she's really was struggling with this because we all get worked up in our own mind about showing up. And when you're not showing up, it just means you're locked up. It means you're locked up in your own ego. It means maybe you're not clear on what you actually what you serve on, the results that you get for somebody. So you don't show up in the fear of maybe not being your authentic self, like you don't feel good enough to be that person, right? So the sales don't come in because you're not showing up. You're not committed to your business for somebody to raise their hand and say yes, right? Like seriously, if you watched me on Monday, on Monday I was out boating. I was out enjoying my life with my husband. And, we were celebrating a girlfriend of mine that just passed away. Celebrating. Yes, am I mourning? Absolutely. I'm going to miss her to death. But I'm also celebrating her life, right? And the best way I knew is to really go and be me and enjoy myself. And enjoying myself because I have done the work, because I have been showing up. Guess what happened? I made a sale, right? $3,000 came in the door and I wasn't even around for it. I was out enjoying my life. Sales does not have to be hard, sleazy, salesy, any of the words, right? It is a spiritual journey that you get to give to somebody else. And it's a beautiful thing, okay? So how can you show up and be in this way? So one of the easiest ways to start is creating gratitude, right? Gratitude. It sounds so easy, and that's exactly how it is. Start attracting people through your gratitude post. People love to feel that, right? What are you grateful for? For the customers that you already have, for the customers that are already coming, for the results that you've already gotten, the results that maybe your customers have gotten. It doesn't matter what product you sell. We all sell something, right? Tangible. We all do. So what is it that you're grateful for? So think about that, gratitude. Loving the products and showcasing them. If you watched through my stories just today, right before I went live, somebody said, what are those things that you're taking, right? I want more information on that. Now, does it happen every day? No, but I show up every day and I showcase gratitude. I showcase the things that I'm doing in my life. I showcase who I am. Right? You see me in my stories. I don't always look like this. I'm in my robe. I'm showcasing vulnerability, right? How are you showing up and making a sale? If you're not showing up in your authentic self, people feel it. It's an energetic exchange. So if you've ever done business with me, it's probably because of that, right? You've seen me. I have women that message me all the time. I want to work with you. Why? Why do they want to work with me? Right? And this is the reason why. I'm going to tell you right now so you can create this for yourself because I see you. You speak directly to my spirit and to my soul. I see you showing up and being authentically you. I want to learn how to be more like that. I want to learn how to put out content that is more like that. And it is something, if you don't have that immediate feeling, it is something that you have to get past. You have to work through and maybe learn the clarity of it. You know, I didn't show up on social media in 2017 and see me now. No, I grew to be this woman, right? I grew to be her out here and showing this and doing so of service. I'm now able to teach it and do all the things. But here's the thing, like you have to keep in mind, you know, you have to be in front of mind. If you're not showing up and showing gratitude and showing what's going on in your life and showcasing what you're doing, how can anybody purchase from you, right? If you're not front of mind all the time, you know, my girlfriend last night, I feel like I see you everywhere. I feel like I see you everywhere, right? Well, it might feel like that because I am showing up. I am committed to my business. And guess what? It's not my business I'm committed to. I'm committed to you. I'm committed to the woman on the other side that wants to grow her business, that wants to have the lifestyle freedom, right? You know, I have to read this to you. I'm looking at my phone. It says 1111. Gotta love those 111s. Okay. Here's the thing, you know, my girlfriend says, I love your lifestyle. You make it look so good. And the reason why that is because what is the reason why it is? Because it is. It is so good, right? It doesn't matter where you're at in your life. It is what you think it is. And I believe my life is good because I created it, right? Every day I create it. That's what creates sales. Everybody thinks it's because I got to put out a spammy post and buy this or it. No, it's an invitation. Sales is just an invitation. And so if you look at the month of May and people are like coming out of, you know, like hovering in through the winter times, you know, a lot of us live in the summertime, so we can't really relate to that because we're in it all the time. Sorry, ladies. But you know, when people, you have to think how other people are living. They're living in the winter. They're depressed. They've done some things that maybe they're not so proud of. And maybe it doesn't matter what product you're using. How can you get them out of the mindset of being in the funk? How they're like waking up right now. It's spring. What happens in the spring? Things grow. Emotions are high and exciting. They're looking for the future. They're looking to feel good. They're looking to whatever it is. Think of your ideal clients. What is she looking for right now? Show up and show her you have the answers to that. You can help guide her through that, right? It's a spiritual connection. If you're really authentically showing up and doing that, she's going to gravitate towards you and she's going to want what you have, the lifestyle that you have. It's all of those things, right? Sales is all of those things. It's just not one thing. It's constantly inviting them to take a look, inviting to see what I got going on, inviting them to my lifestyle, inviting them. That's what sales is, right? So when you understand what your bestie, I like to call her my bestie because that's who I want to work with, is my bestie, right? And so when I think of her every day, when I do my content, when I do things, I think, what does my bestie need to hear from me today? Right? Because she's expecting miracles. I expect miracles every day. She's expecting, you know, life to look different today. How can I show her that? What is that she needs to hear from me? Okay. So there's a lot of different ways of doing this. You could run giveaways, right? What is your ideal customer looking for right now? What is the ideal giveaway that she'd be like, oh my God, if I could win that, that would be amazing, right? How does she makes her feel inside? How do you get her excited and appreciate her, right? How do you do that in a way? Well, You could have a challenge. You could go live and invite them to something. You could do so many things. That's bringing brand awareness. So maybe you say, well, Becky, nobody's really watching me. I'm kind of new. That's okay. Show up anyway. When I first started, nobody watched me. Nobody. But did I say, nobody liked me today? Nobody commented? No, I still said, I'm committed to her. I'm committed to you, the person that needs to hear me on the other side every single day. I'm committed to her. That would be you watching, right? I'm committed to you. So who are you committed to? Are you committed to your feelings? Are you committed to the person you want to serve, the person that needs to hear your message? That's where sales comes from. Okay. So tapping into not only your customers, but their customers, their friends could be your customers, right? And so if you're a coach, right, maybe that's for, if you're a network marketer, there's ways of tapping in through that, through your programs of, your company or your products or something like that. But if you're a coach, maybe you're doing a launch and you're offering one-time bonus, right? If you get into this offer, because I have been busy serving you, I have been busy showing up. When I show up and I offer people, I deserve money coming in. God is saying you are deserving of it all because you have been loyal. You have been showing up. You've been committed to her. She sees the value and now she's going to pay you for your value. That's what sales is, right? So maybe you have a masterclass and there's one problem that you can solve, right? I'm having a workshop coming up on this Saturday. I'm solving a big problem that I know that you have. My bestie, the girl that I show up for every single day. So if you're watching, that's you, right? And so what I can do is say, you know what? My continuous customers get to come to this, right? And they get to bring a friend that would possibly pay for that service. Or I offer it out in a way that could possibly be more affordable, where they can't yet get into my program yet. Right? So I'm serving. So when you think about it, ladies, sales is easy when it's done right. And it's just learning how to be that person and to the other person that needs to hear your message, right? Engagement truly isn't everything. You got that right, Mary Kate, because you never know who's watching on the other side. There was one time, I'm going to share this example with you just to encourage you, okay? Because people feel like, oh, well, you might not get a lot of people looking at you, or you don't think so, or an engagement, a lot of likes. And I went and spoke on a stage back in 2019, right before the world went down, right? I was speaking on stage to 300 women, and so many women came up to me before, because I'm not a person that, oh, I'm better than you. I've never been her. No, I'm not going to be her either. I am for every woman out there that wants more out of their life. And I make sure I'm available to everybody before I speak. I want people to see me in the room. I'm just like you. I was here too. And it took everything like what I'm doing to get on that, to be able to speak to you. I'm no different than you. And so people were coming up to me and blah, 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 and excited. And they're like, oh my God. After I spoke, they're like, oh my God, you're exactly who you are. When you're here, I watch your videos all the time. And this person I didn't even know. So many of them I didn't even know. I didn't know they were watching, right? So you can't always say, well, people are watching you. If you're doing all the right things to get people to watch you, they're watching you. So people are busy. People, I'm like, oh, really? That's so awesome. You've never commented. I didn't know that you were watching. Well, I watch you when I'm doing this, or I'm watching you. I'm listening to you while I'm driving to work. I'm listening to you while I'm folding laundry. A lot of times they're not sitting there. No, they're listening to grow. But eventually when I make that offer, they're the ones saying me because they've been watching me. Just because they haven't made a comment doesn't mean anything, right? So you have to say to yourself, no matter what, step out of your own ego, show up for the person you want to work with, right? So like I said, if I can be out boating and enjoying my life and still make money, so can you if you show up and do it the right way. So if you don't know and you still haven't got involved in this content workshop, it is happening this Saturday, May the 6th. If you are getting this before the May 6th, we have a 3-hour workshop that you don't want to miss. And I go into detail, really deep into content theory first, and then we implement, and then we automate. So guess what? When I was out boating, my business was automating. That's how I made $3,000, right? So, you can too have this, but you got to start now. All right. I hope this was helpful. If you loved it, make sure to drop in and let me know what was your biggest takeaway today about sales? What was your biggest takeaway? All right. Thank you for being here, and we will see you real soon. And also, workshop below if you want in. Talk to you later.